So a few videos ago, I dropped really my first NBA 2K22 historic rebuild with the 2017 Cavs, and you guys love that, and you want to see more historic rebuilds on the channel. So there's a really good 2009-2010 roster on Xbox One X. It's one of the most downloaded rosters. It's not hard to find it. And I was like, I know one team that was one of the worst teams of all time in that season that I want to rebuild today, and that is the 2009-2010 New Jersey Nets. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? So yeah, this team, it's pretty bad. It finished 12-70. They were a team that wanted to tank for John Wall the whole season. We all knew that. They got fairly unlucky. They dropped from, I believe, 1-3 or 1-4 maybe. They ended up with Derek Favors. You can see the team here now, like, it was actually coached by Lawrence Frank, who went 0-16 to start the year, got fired. Then they had Tom Barisi, he went 0-2, got fired. And then Kiki Vanderway finished out the season. I'm pretty sure that Lawrence Frank is the same Lawrence Frank that's the GM or president of basketball operations that signed Kawhi and Paul George in LA, or signed Kawhi, traded for Paul George in 2019. But yeah, this team is not very good, but I'm excited to rebuild this team today. I plan on keeping Brook Lopez around. He's 21 years old for us, and the years are pretty accurate as well. Devin Harris is still a solid point guard at 26. We'll see if he's going to be here long term. Yalen, a former top 10 pick, is here at 22. We have Courtney Lee, CDR. Remember Chris Douglas Roberts, Chris Humphries. Shout out to him. Keon Dooling, Terrence Williams, that boy, or he could have dunked. I don't know why I said boy. Trent Hasley. Yeah, some of these names. Tony Batty. He's worse than an extra player. That is funny. So, yeah, that is going to be the team for now. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to find a coach that would fit us. Lawrence Frank, I won't be able to sign. Kiki Vanderway, I don't think would be a free agent head coach. And yeah, I plan on being very bad this year, and I'm hoping that this team kind of tanks itself for John Wall. I think that would be a great addition since we already have Brook Lopez. It wouldn't make sense to draft DeMarcus Cousins. So maybe John Wall. Other guys could be Gordon Hayward, Paul George. We will see those. So yeah, I'll probably see you guys at the end of the year. There's a chance that I could make a trade deadline move. I mean, a bunch of these guys besides Humphries and Lopez are free agents next year. So I'll see you guys maybe at the deadline if I'm really bad. I'd have it on where everybody keeps their draft picks because I wouldn't be able to really adjust it for 2010. As well as the lottery system will be reverted to prior than 2018. So let's get the season going. And let's see if we can do better than 12-70. Alright, so we've kind of been decimated with injuries this year, but we are currently only the 13th seed here in the Eastern Conference. You can see the Atlanta Hawks are the best team with Mike Bibby, ISO Joe, Marvin Williams, Josh Smith, and Al Horford. I mean, that was a very good team. Jamal Crawford. It's a fun team. Chicago's got D-Rose, Heinrich, Dang, Gibson, Noah. Boston's got Pierce, Allen, KG, Rondo, Rasheed Wallace. Miami's got Dwayne Wade and Jermaine O'Neal. And then over in the West, you got Andre Miller, Brandon Roy, Batum. Yeah, that's a very fun team. Greg Oden having a great season. Dallas's kid, Terry Marion, Dirk, Dampier, Butler. I believe the Lakers beat the Celtics this year, and then the following year was when LeBron and Bosh joined the Miami Heat and lost to Dirk. But yeah, you have this Thunder team, this Lakers team. So yeah, we're the 13th seed. I guess I can kind of showcase some of our players to see how they've been doing this year. But Brook Lopez has been really good. I think something immediately that just caught my eyes, like Brook Lopez was not shooting threes at this time, and he could shoot threes. He could be ahead of his time, but he does not need a 55-shot three tendency. It's really holding back his field goal percentage. So we're gonna lower that, and I think he's gonna end up with a lot better numbers to end the season. But he's been our best player, 22 points, 14.5 rebounds, almost 2 blocks, over 2 assists. It's incredible. Devin Harris hasn't been super efficient. I think he's a trade candidate at the deadline here. Courtney Lee, young Courtney Lee. I mean, 3-and-D guy, but not really getting much 3 in there. Chris Douglas Roberts is unfortunately hurt. Jarvis Hayes, shooting 41 from 3. A team might value that. Keon Dooling, being all right. Terrence Williams, 35 from 3 is not too bad. How's Yalen doing? 9-6, not great. There's Chris Humphries, 9-7. So I think, like, I know there's there was only 2 players that were under contract going into next season, and that is Chris Humphries and Brook Lopez. But I think I'm going to look to move Devin Harris right now, especially if I'm going to look at a point guard in the off season, preferably John Wall, Don't know what's going to happen, though. I can get Allen Iverson at 34 now. We're looking for kind of some young guys. I prefer somebody, yeah, like a Rudy Fernandez that's killing it from 3. They're trying to be a win-now team, and Devin Harris can provide like that playmaking off the bench, and he's under contract for next year, and we could probably use that shooting as well. So I think that might be a perfect trade. We can go out and get Yao Ming. We have Brook Lopez. Jared Jackson, only 27. Rip Hamilton is 31. Yeah, we got a bunch of offers. David Lee, he's 26 from the New York Knicks, but I mean, David Lee was more of a power forward in real life. Would the Knicks really want Devin Harris? I don't really think so. I mean, like, definitely would be the best point guard on the roster, but I don't think they're good enough to really make that win-now move. We can get Delonte West, Baron Davis, but he's 30 years old. Mike Bibby. Yeah, the Hawks are doing too well. So I think that the Trailblazers 1-for-1 trade makes a lot of sense. Devin Harris for Rudy Fernandez. There we go, and it's nice that Rudy Fernandez is under contract next year. So, yeah, this will be kind of the rotation to finish it off. I don't really know who would have, like, win-now trade value. Like, Keon Dooling maybe, but I don't really want to give up another point guard. I would say Courtney Lee if he could hit his threes, but he just really can't at the moment. But it sucks because everybody's a free agent at the end of the year. I mean, so is David Lee. So, like, if we wanted to go after him, we could sign him in the offseason. So, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Can I really get any contract extensions done? I cannot. So, yeah, I'll see you guys, and maybe we'll just tank some more so I can get the #1 pick. So, Kevin Durant wins the 2010 MVP award. Tyreek Evans wins Rookie of the Year. This doesn't look like him, but hey, that's what happened in real life. Paul Millsap, 6th man of the year. Guessing he's behind Carlos Boozer, who, yeah, is there. AK-47 wins Defensive Player of the Year. Shout out to the Jazz. Brook Lopez wins Most Improved. There we go. And his field goal percentage ended up being better throughout the year, and his 3-point percentage as well. And that would be Scott Brooks getting Coach of the Year. So on NBA first team had Wade, Russ, KD, LeBron, Bosh. That's funny that 3 of these players would end up on the Heat the following year. On NBA second team, you had Rose, Darren Williams. Yeah, Utah was good at this time, man. Dirk, Melo, Howard. And then third team, you had Paul, Rondo, Pierce, Josh Smith, and Brook Lopez, who ended up breaking his right leg, but was a beast nonetheless. And he is our one building block we have. So there were the all defensive teams, and here were the all rookie teams. It truly is a great roster. So shout out to the roster creator for this. Oh, yeah, I may have to turn play-in tournament off. I apologize. So, yeah, I will turn that off for next year. If we take a look at the player stats, like Brook Lopez was an absolute beast. Courtney Lee, I mean, he's a free agent. We'll see if I decide to bring him back. I think I will, because I think the potential is still there. Rudy Fernandez is going to be either a great 6th man, a great shooter, and could just be like a secondary scorer for us. But I really love that addition for the long term. There's Keon Dooling, who ended the season very strong. There's CDR, who had not a terrible season, not a great season. Yalen, it looks like he's a free agent. Yeah, basically everybody else here but Chris Humphries is a free agent. So we'll have to decide what we do with them. There's Portland as the 2 seed, so we'll see if that Devin Harris trade worked out for them. And who is going to win the 2010 NBA championship? The Suns upset the Blazers, and the conference finals is the Bulls and Celtics. So the Celtics end up going to this finals in real life, but the Lakers lose to the Thunder. I mean, I'm not surprised. And the Mavericks end up beating the Celtics in 7, and Dirk gets his finals MVP a year earlier. All right, shout out to Dirk. What happened, Portland? What happened? Devin Harris was all right for you guys in the playoffs. Damn, that kind of sucks for them. So, yeah, player retirements. Here goes some NBA legends like Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, Michael Finley, Juwan Howard, Rasheed Wallace, and Wallace as well. AI goes to the Hall of Fame. Grant Hill gets his jersey retired by the Pistons. So let me just make sure, increase the salary cap by 15 mil. I mean, it's already inflated enough, so I'm going to actually reject that. Yeah, so we currently have the prior 2018 odds right now. And then for the playoffs, top teams, I think this is what we want. The top teams from each conference are seeded in their respective conference based on record. Yeah, so we're going to do that, and that will get rid of the play-in tournament. At least I hope so. That'd be pretty embarrassing if it doesn't. So let's see where the Nets currently are. Third best odds. The Pacers were this bad. I mean, they ended up with where they get Paul George around 10. I forgot who was at 2, but it ended up going, Washington. I believe Philly got Evan Turner at 2. Minnesota at 3, I think, got Wesley Johnson. 4 was New Jersey, who got Favors, and then 5 was Sacramento, who got DeMarcus Cousins. Gordon Hayward, Paul George also went in this draft. So we're going to see where we end up. All right, so we are about to come up here. Pick 6 is where we're projected to be, and that's pretty brutal. We fall from 3 to 6. Pacers end up with the #1 pick. Raptors at 2. Jazz at 3. I'm surprised the Jazz were this bad this year with the defensive, or 6th man of the year, defensive player of the year, and having Darren Williams as well. So that was kind of shocking to say the least. I guess we'll keep Steve Nash. He's also in the league. I mean, we we could look at like Rick Carlisle, but I don't really think it's gonna happen. But we're gonna get Carlisle as an assistant coach, which isn't too bad. So yeah, we have Brook Lopez, Rudy Fernandez, and Chris Humphries. I think Chris Humphries can be a fine bench piece. We have the 6th overall pick and pick 33. It's weird the draft classes aren't great this year, the user-controlled ones. So DeMarcus Cousins goes 1. I mean, I would love John Wall. Oh, man. So the Jazz already have Darren Williams. If he's under contract, I may pull out a trade. I may do it. Is Darren Williams under contract? He is not. So maybe they go John Wall. They let Darren Williams walk. We could go after Darren Williams. That happened in real life. But if he doesn't go 3, I might call up Denver at 4. But it looks like we may have a trade, and we do. It's the Jazz trading for Boris Diaw and their 2011 first-round pick. That is stupid. And they take Derek Favors. Okay. I would only trade up with Denver if they have like a franchise point guard signed up, but I don't even remember their point guard at this time. I guess it was, yeah, Billups, Melo. It's not happening. Therefore, I doubt John Wall falls to me. He's probably going to go 5 here. Or excuse me, 4. So if we stayed at 3, we would have gotten John Wall. That would have been amazing. And Paul George is still on the clock. Can he not go to the Wizards? I mean, we have a trade. 5 and Josh Howard for Yao Ming. And Greg Monroe goes. Okay, perfect. So I think that's our target right there. It is going to be Paul George. I think that makes the most sense. Other guys, Epe Udo, Evan Turner, Wesley Johnson, Hassan Whiteside, Patrick Patterson, Al-Farouq Aminu. I know Eric Bledsoe, I believe, was in this draft. There's Avery Bradley. But no, we are going to go with Paul George out of Fresno State here. Love that pick. All right, and I was able to get a real player at pick 33, so that was kind of nice. And we ended up with Al-Farouq Aminu there. We got Paul George, who are the same overalls, which is kind of funny. So here is team player options. We have nothing here. The only thing around the week was Jeff Green. So it was a weird offseason with the contracts. But a lot of this will get sorted out. So we know LeBron ended up going to, where'd he go? Miami. I didn't think Melo was a free agent this year. I think he was one down the line. Amari Stoudemire ended up to the Knicks. Darren Williams, I think, was a free agent down the line. Anyway, I could go after Darren Williams. It happened in real life. Maybe he just won't wake up one day and suck for us. Carlos Boozer went to the Bulls. That's kind of some of them. And like we know, Bosch went to the Heat as well. So if we're looking to make a big splash in New Jersey, I think Darren Williams could make total sense. It happened in real life. We need a point guard desperately. He's 26 in the midst of his prime. He's coming off an All-NBA third-team season. He could be a nice big 3 with him, George, and Lopez. And yeah, we have the money to spend. So I'm going to do that. And I think that's going to be my big splash. And there we go. We get Darren Williams. So yeah, I'm not going to we have a ton of cap space. And then these G League guys are going to come in. That's annoying. But yeah, we have this cap space. So I'm going to go in and kind of try to see who else I'm going to sign. Now, I'm not going to go kind of trigger happy and sign a bunch of guys since we have the cap space. But I'm going to look to get some guys that could round out our roster. So we're going to bring back Yi Yalen on a 2-year deal. Remember Andres Nocioni? Yeah, we're going to sign him to a 2-year deal. Have kind of him and Rudy Fernandez be some sharpshooters for us. I'm also going to look to bring back Courtney Lee on a 2-year deal. And yeah, there we go. So we get Big Z. Yes, Adudas Ilgauskas. He is going to be our backup center behind Brook Lopez. Brad Miller ended up signing with the Spurs. And we get Nocioni as well. And we get Courtney Lee back. Let's go. So I also need a backup point guard. And that is going to come by Luke Ridnour. Yeah, we're going to get him on a 2-year deal. Hopefully 7.5 gets it done. There we go. So if we're looking at our team right now, injuries are on, so I got to get some depth. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys that could possibly play. That's good with me. I'll let 2K kind of sign the rest just to fill it out. So yeah, Ridnour regresses, Big Z regresses, which is kind of unfortunate. Courtney Lee regresses, but you know what? That's fine. I'm excited about Lopez, Darren Williams, and then Paul George next year. Oh yeah, so we have the 2011 draft class coming up next year. Taking a look at our 2010-2011 rotation, it's going to be Williams, Fernandez, George, Yalen, Yanlin, and then Lopez, Ridnour, Big Z, Humphries, Nocioni off the bench. So I think something I want to do is play probably Big Z like 14 a night. I think Nocioni can get around 14 a night as well. Humphries about 18, Ridnour about 23. I would like to give Courtney Lee, I think, about 15 minutes, and Al-Farouq Aminu can be there in case of any injuries. We also have Quinn and Ross, Leon Poe, and Chris Quinn now. So let me just kind of adjust this rotation. So I think Darren Williams can get like 33, 32 to Lopez, 27 to Yi Yanlin. Let's go 31 to these two, and then we'll actually go 33, 28. So something I also want to do is adjust Yi's shot 3 tendency. Oh, it's at a 2. Okay. I kind of wanted to lower that. And yeah, I think that's good with me. I will see you guys probably at the mid-season mark to see if I'm going to be making any moves or not, if I'm going to be a buyer or a seller. most likely a seller or just not make any moves. Okay, so I just went through the trade deadline. I'm not gonna be making any moves this year. I didn't think we'd be ready for the playoffs completely. Maybe we sneak in. We are 24-34. We're the 11th seed here in the Eastern Conference. We could just I'll just show you guys the player stats throughout probably halfway of the year. Brook Lopez having a great season, 20-13-3. He is our franchise guy at the moment. Paul George having a not a great rookie season, I would say, could definitely be better. Darren Williams having a solid first season here in New Jersey. There's Rudy Fernandez shooting 38 from 3. Luke Ridnour 38 from 3, 94 from the line. He's been a good backup point guard. Yalen could be a trade candidate in the offseason. I think Chris Humphries possibly as well. He's definitely up to trade value. Courtney Lee having a better year this year, but just kind of a lesser role. So, yeah, I mean, I was hoping some things would be a little bit better. It is what it is. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. So, Kevin Durant wins his second MVP of the video. DeMarcus Cousins ends up with Rookie of the Year. Drew Gooden, 6th Man of the Year. Dwight Howard wins DPOY in Orlando. Tony Douglas, remember him on the Knicks, wins Most Improved, and Scott Brooks technically would win Coach of the Year again. So Derrick Rose has a torn left elbow ligament. He's out 46 weeks. It's gonna hurt them for the playoffs. You have a couple of Thunder right there. Melo, he ended up joining the Heat, I guess with Dwayne Wade there. That's kind of crazy. Brook Lopez takes home All-NBA second team. Very nice. There's Blake. There's Dirk, Rondo, and Curry. Okay, I didn't expect to see Rondo there. And LeBron ended up joining the Houston Rockets. So I do want to see if Dwayne Wade was still on the Miami Heat. And there's Paul George. All right, all rookie first team. But yeah, the Miami Heat, they did not make the playoffs with Melo. Okay, if we take a look at kind of their roster, they don't have Dwayne Wade unless he's hurt. He could be hurt. And he is hurt. Maybe that's why they didn't make the playoffs. So yeah, they ended up signing Melo instead of LeBron and Bosh. So we ended up as the 10th seed. So definitely a better season from us. And here were the player stats throughout the year. Brook Lopez was phenomenal. Great season from him. Paul George could definitely be better next year. Darren Williams, I think, was fine. I was hoping he'd be like more 20-8 like he was in Utah. Rudy Fernandez is a stud. I want to bring him back. Luke Ridnour kind of finished the season on a bad note. So there's a trade to be made throughout this offseason, and I'll see you guys there. But first, let's see who gets crowned the 2011 NBA champion. It was the Mavericks beating the Heat in, was it 5 or 6? I kind of forget. I want to say it was 6. I don't think it was 5, but I could be wrong. But it was the Grit and Grind Grizzlies. Let's go. Marcus Sol, Mike Conley, Rudy Gay, Marcus Thornton, Sam Young, Zach Randolph, OJ Mayo. Win it all. Let's go. So Shaq retires with the Kings. Jason Kidd retires with the Mavericks. There's Jerry Stackhouse, Derek Fisher. A couple big names retiring. Shane Battier retired. You have D'Antoni and Vogel. Yeah, Shaq and Kidd go into the Hall of Fame like they did in real life. And could we see us get some crazy draft lottery luck? Possibly. We're there at 10. All right, so the Nuggets are here at 11. Let's hope that is not us, and it isn't. So let's see what happens here. Are we going to get the 10th pick, or are we going to get lucky in this lottery? And we stay there at 10, which is fine. Suns end up with 1. The Pelicans at 2, the Pistons at 3. What, the Cavs got 1. Derek Williams went 2, so the Timberwolves at 2. I forgot who went 3. Was it Enes Kanter to the Jazz? Possibly. I'm going to promote Rick Carlisle to our head coaching position, and he will obviously sign that. And then I'm going to try to snag Billy Donovan as my shot doctor, and we get him. Let's go. All right, we are going to kind of get a massive upgrade here at center. Yee Yalen and pick 38 for Tyson Chandler and a second. Actually, he's making $18 million a year. I was thinking about it, but I don't really want to sign him for that much, or really just have him under contract for that much, I should say. Tony Allen gives me some good defense. Possibly Hito Turkoglu and a first I get out of this. I mean, I'd have to give the first 2, so I pass. So you know what? I think I'm going to try to get one of these wings. Wesley Matthews is making $16 million a year, coming off not a great season for the Cavs and the Mavericks. I could also go after Kyle Korver, who's an elite three-point shooter. Could I do this? But you can keep Trevor Ewing, and I'll just keep that second. So actually, would you just do Yalen for Korver straight up? Boom. There we go. Because Chris Humphries could be the backup power forward. But yeah, I'd like to land a starting power forward. So let's see how this draft goes from 1 to 9. Kyrie goes 1, Clay 2, Vucevic 3, Derek Williams 4, Burks 5, Kawhi 6. There's Tobias Harris 7. I noticed, or no, there's Jimmer Fredette and Markieff Morris. So who is the best available at pick 10 for us? We can go after Jonas Valanciunas, Kenneth Faried, the Manimal, Bismack Biyombo, Chandler Parsons. Okay. I think like immediately Jimmy Butler stands out, but he's a 71. Jonas Valanciunas as a potential backup center sticks out, but I would be silly not to look at the trade finder to see what maybe like who would offer something. Steve Nash, but I already have Darren Williams. Ooh, Danny Granger is interesting, but I got Paul George, but I could move Paul George to the 2. I need more of a power forward, I think, if I was going to make a big trade like that. I know I saw Tyreek Evans, but I'm not going to do that. So I think I'm going to draft Jonas Valanciunas. He's going to be my starting center, or excuse me, my backup center. I do want to see what Fareed and Jimmy Butler's overalls are, because if they're just as high, I might be a little bit upset, mainly for Jimmy Butler. Is there any real players left? Nope. So, there's Tobias Harris. Yeah, he would have been interesting. So, Fareed's a 75, whatever. Let's see. Jimmy Butler, he fell. Wow, Jimmy Butler 72 overall. He went 26 to the Bulls. Look at that. So, I took somebody that's a Euro stash for 3 years. We'll bring back Al-Farouq Aminu. And then, yeah, not a lot of big team player options at the moment. So, moratorium. Do I have enough for a power forward? I mean, I have about $13 million, and the power forward options aren't great. I mean, Lamar Odom would be fun, but he's not been efficient. Some of the best free agents like Brandon Roy, Mana Ellis, J.R. Smith, Steven Jackson. He's not the best free agency class in the world, but not the worst. So we are looking at power forwards to maybe start. We could go after McDyess. I don't know. We'll see if maybe some of these prices go down. I would also like to bring back Rudy Fernandez, so maybe that will kiss any free agency money goodbye. And yeah, we are going to sign Rudy Fernandez. So at this current moment, we have, you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I think a move that I might make is, what power forwards can I afford? Scal, not worth it. I think I could be in the market looking for a power forward for Courtney Lee, or I can look to snag, or just somebody like equally as good as Chris Humphries that I don't mind starting over him, like how Sheldon Williams. Nothing special. Zaza, Joel Anthony. I don't really need wings, and I'm getting offered a ton of wings. And power forward, for a while, it was maybe a very weak position in the league. So I did get offered Udonis Haslem, who's not too bad, actually. But he's 3 years at 31. That is a contract. I don't know if I want to lock into him long term with that. I would do that because I'm trying to keep this a little bit realistic, not super unrealistic. But he already left Miami, Miami, so I could go after him. So, I mean, Antoine Jameson could be somebody. The Cavs are not good, right? I mean, they're 35 and 47. I feel like they would look to move Jameson. So, I don't know. Maybe we look at that. I give up a protected first down the line. He is 35, though. So, he's got 1 year left on his deal. If we were to do Courtney Lee or Jameson, it would be tough. They would want Lopez, which just wouldn't happen. I'd give you my top 5 protected first round pick next year. They still say no. And then finally, I'd top it off with Al-Farouq Aminu. And they say no. Okay, never mind a Jameson. So, just looking at maybe some other options. Rashad Lewis, he may be tough. He's 3 stars. Does Courtney Lee get it done? He does not. What about if I include Al-Farouq Aminu? That could happen. And I give you my first round pick in 2025, top 10 protected. They still say no. I would include 2 more seconds, but that is pretty much it. And they say no. Zach Randolph would be interesting, but they just want it all. Thad Young, I wouldn't mind Thad Young. Would we do maybe a Courtney Lee for Thad Young swap? They would want Brook Lopez and Hassan Whiteside included. I would say no, thank you. I would throw in Al-Farouq Aminu. They say no. And then what about a first round pick in 2025, top 5 protected? Or that would technically be, what, 2013? They still say no. Damn, Courtney Lee just doesn't have any value at all. Is Al Harrington worth it? I mean, he was good last year. They say no, and then say I include that first round pick in 2013. They say yes to that. I didn't throw a protection on it, but it is what it is. I'm going to sign like Rip Hamilton for like depth purposes, and I'm also going to sign Brian Scalabrine for depth purposes after just trading 2 guys away for basically 1. Charlie Bell, remember him? I also remember Rajah Bell. We're going to go out and sign him, and then Trent Hassall, who was here a couple years ago, knows the culture. We're going to sign him. So, play progression, Darren Williams, 89, Lopez, 86. I'm excited about this team. It's pretty much these top 5 guys are going to be the starters, and I think that we could see some New Jersey playoff basketball this year. All right, so the rotation, yep, that's basically what I want. Corver off the bench as the 6th man. I think that's perfect. Luke Brindauer can get 20 tonight. Humphreys about 18. Nocioni 15. I'm not going to play Nocioni to start the year. We're going to go Valanciunas 15 tonight. Or we can go 18. Yeah, we can go 9-man rotation. Obviously, Nocioni will be the first man in if an injury does happen. Let's go 34, 33, 30, 30, 30? Something like that. System proficiency under Rick Carlisle is going to be 4-star perimeter centric. That is good with me. And I will see you guys at the end of the year. Alright guys, so it's the trade deadline and we're the 5th seed. I don't think I'm going to make any moves. And yeah, we're seeing the Al Harrington regression, but I think he's just been fine this year. Just don't get him to the free throw line, right? But Darren Williams, great. 28. That's what I wanted to see. Just an insane true shooting percentage. Paul George having a lot better of a sophomore year. Kind of breaking out in this league, averaging 21 points. And there's Brook Lopez, who's becoming a superstar. 25. Almost 15, 3.5 assists, 45 from 3. He is insane. So yeah, we're doing incredibly well this year. Look, right now, we see it's his free throws, but yeah, it'll be a free agent anyway. So that is going to be it for pretty much this year. Kind of wanted to quickly update you guys. I'm hoping we don't follow this playoff hunt. We're currently the 5th seed. We're only 3 games back or 4.5 games back at the 1 seed. You never know. So another Thunder wins MVP in this video. This time it's Russell Westbrook. We end up as the 3 seed. Let's go. Nikola Vucevic ends up as Rookie of the Year. I believe the Pistons in real life got Brandon Knight in that 3-team trade on draft night, but I didn't expect to see him there. There's Ricky Rubio. Don't think he's backing up Steph Curry. If you know, you know. Josh Smith, Depoy, OJ Randolph, most improved. Don't really know much about him. And the Thunder went 76-6 with KD, Harden, and Russ. Oh my goodness. Brook Lopez has a minor injury, but hopefully he can play through it. Damn, Dwayne Wade again getting hurt at the end of the year. And then there's all-NBA 3rd team. Any Nets here? Yeah, we do get Paul George and all-defensive 2nd team. That's nice. And I think that might be it. Where's Jonas Valanciunas? So just to kind of quickly show you the player stats throughout the year. Brook Lopez, hopefully he's going to be good to go. Al Harrington dislocated his left elbow. He's out 1 to 2 weeks. So Chris Humphries will get the start throughout the playoffs. This might mean more playing time for Jonas Valanciunas. But yeah, this is the big 3. So what is 2K going to come up with? Brook Lopez can play, though. Humphries getting 19 a night. Okay. Yeah, we can roll with this allocation. No, that's fine. I'll just know Sione can get minutes. Yeah, 40 there. 41 to Lopez. 34 to George for the playoffs. System proficiency at 3.5 stars. We have the Chicago Bulls. Randy Fool, remember him. Kirk Heinrich, Will Deng, Taj Gibson, Tyson Chandler, JJ Hickson, Marco Bellinelli, Hakeem Warwick, Sonny Weems, Michael Beatrice. We should beat them. Alright, so game 1, we pick up the win over the Bulls as we blow them out. Brook Lopez, 41-15. He is going to dominate this series. I mean, Tyson Chandler is a great defender. Won Defensive Player of the Year around this time. But yeah, Brook Lopez has been a beast. So, oh my god, first 2 games he's averaging 39, 20, and 5. That's mind-blowing. Paul George gives us a 33 piece right here. Can we go up 3-0 on the Bulls? Yes, we can. We beat them by 5 in overtime. Brook Lopez has actually been putting up video game numbers in a video game. But just mind-blowing stuff. And are we going to give them the sweep? We do. And in game 4, Lopez dominated this series. Oh my god. Look at his numbers in those 4 games. That is shocking. That is, it just has me speechless. Darren Williams put up 21 and 9.7. There's Paul George. All right, so now we're on to round 2, where we have the Atlanta Hawks, who have been good this whole video. Josh Smith, Depoy, they got Al Horford, Shannon Brown, remember that dunk he had? Or was it the block? I think it might have been the block. Where there was the gif of like Kobe and Pau Gasol reacting at home. But let's see what happens. We lose game 1. Oh, and Al Harrington is back, which is nice. 2K wants to play Sione, who couldn't hit a shot to save his life. Yeah, no, we're going to go here to Valanciunas, get in some minutes. So, I think I accidentally had it on auto rotation. So, yeah, let me turn that off real quick. So, we did end up losing game 1 by 1 point on the road. Oh, that hurts. All right, game 2, we win. That is a massive win. And we blow them out on the road. Darren Williams, 29-11. Paul George with 28. He's kind of becoming a superstar in these playoffs. He definitely is. Or just a star, not a superstar yet. And we go up 2-1. Let's go. We beat him by 12 at the Prudential, I think, Center or Arena. I think the Devils still play there is what it was at the time. And Luke Ridnour, right knee tendonitis, he's out for the season. So what 2K came up with, you know what, they've been going up with 5 rotations. Like, yeah, we can do this. Korver getting 30 a night, who can't hit a shot on the playoffs, but Rudy Fernandez can. So yeah, he's going to get 20. And then I'm going to go an extra 10 minutes to, or yeah, and then we're going to go 34 to George, because I'm not playing people that just can't hit a shot. Like, Sione can't hit a shot. So I'm giving the rest to Jonas Valanciunas. I'm sorry. But if you can't hit a shot, you're not going to play. Game 4, we end up losing by 1 point. Both our L's have been by 1 point. That is crazy. That's not real. Game 5, we end up winning by 2 points. Oh man, Brook Lopez in the first, what, it's 6, 7 games, or 9 games of the playoffs, or 10 maybe now, yeah, 10. He's been insane. It's actually 9 games, but yeah, look at those numbers in 9 games. Game number 6, Rudy Fernandez pulls his right calf muscle. He's out for the season. That's brutal. Because now I'm going to play Korver, who can't hit a shot. And Rudy Fernandez was playing so well in the playoffs. Alright, I have a feeling we're going to lose game 6. And that was actually the easiest prediction of my life. I could have bet my whole life savings on it. And let's see what happens here in game 7. Can Brook Lopez carry us? We're without Luke Ridnour and Rudy Fernandez. A couple guard depth right there. Currently up by 2. Down by 1, down by 5, down by 6. Can we come back? Nope. We end up blowing a 3-2 lead. Sorry, Brook Lopez, we couldn't get it done. Injuries do hurt, but you know what? I will take that season. We have finals aspirations next year, 100%. Hopefully, one of those Thunder players is a free agent and leaves. I mean, if we look at the roster, please tell me someone's a free agent. KD, no. Harden, yes. And Russ, no. So let's hope that Harden leaves. So draft lottery, we are going to have a late first round pick this year. It's going to come in at 25 here in the 2012 draft that was headlined by Anthony Davis. All right, so we can look at the trade market again. I mean, Al Harrington was kind of a one-year player, but I did give up a future first round pick. Or no, he's under contract for 1 more year. I mean, I doubt I could package these two if I wanted to flip them again, because it would be hard. Like, Ersan Ilyasova would be sick, but why would the Bucks do this? He's 25, he's way cheaper, and he's better right now. Anderson Varejao, I think I'm cool with Al Harrington, but Al Harrington's probably going to go down to like a 79 overall at player progression, which is just going to suck so much. We can get Kendrick Perkins. David West, who I almost signed, it looks like the Pelicans are just like not happy with this season. So I could go David West, who's the same age, and you could say slightly better, but I think I'm going to stay away from that. So yeah, next year will be the last year at 25. Can I get somebody that I know? Not really. Damn. So Bradley Beal went 1 to the Miami Heat. Knicks got Anthony Davis at 2. Barnes, Drummond, Lillard, Rivers, Leonard. Wasn't he in the draft class last year? Wesley Bledsoe, whatever. But where did Draymond go? Draymond ended up going 16th. To the Rockets. And yeah, we got Cameron Elliott, we got Sheldon Hughes, this Euro stash player. Like, there's a chance I trade him, but he's a 67 overall. Paul George, welcome back. So I don't think we really have cap space. I mean, Ridnour's gone. We could look to bring back Chris Humphries as a backup, and I think I will. I think Humphries has been fine for us, and we do sign him. Now, looking up at backup point guards, I think we could look to bring in Sean Livingston. I think that is an upgrade over Luke Ridnour next year. I'm going to give him a 2-year deal, and he will obviously be the backup point guard. And boom, we sign him. Going to look to bring in some 3-point shooting with Jason Capono. Remember him? He was like a 3-point contest, like, cheat code back then. Jared Jeffries, we could look to bring him in on a 1-year deal also. And Ronnie Turioff, I'm going to bring in on a 1-year deal. So I'm just hoping the big 3 of Lopez, George, who's been developing, and Darren Williams, who are all kind of in the mix of their primes, George younger, this team could give me a championship next year, or at least go to the finals in the final year. So yeah, here's the player progression. This is kind of the big 3 we rely on. Al Harrington didn't regress that much. All right, I'm a happy man right now. All right, so we have Darren Williams, Rudy Fernandez, Paul George, Harrington, Lopez. Korver doesn't need to play that much. Chris Humphries doesn't need to play that much. I would like to give Valanciunas a couple more minutes. But yeah, I'd like to give Fernandez 29, George 32, and then 35 to Brook Lopez. And then we can go like 2 more to these guys. Sure. System proficiency is going to be 4 stars. I'll see you guys at the end of the year, unless I'm going to be making a trade at the deadline, which I don't know if I'm going to do, but you never know. So Russell Westbrook ends up winning MVP. KD won the first 2. Russ won the next 2. So only Thunder players end up winning in this video. I'm hoping they didn't bring back James Harden, but we'll find out, as Brook Lopez is a stud. We were the 1 seed. So my championship or bust prophecy is still intact, as James Harden goes to the Sixers, thank God. Sucks it's the Eastern Conference, but I'd rather the Thunder at least be beatable. AD gets All-NBA 3rd team in his first season. Paul George, all defensive 2nd team. He is a stud for us. And wait, the Suns have DeMarcus Cousins and Damian Lillard, because I was like, wait, did they draft John Wall? No, they have Kyrie Irving and Damian Lillard. Yeah, huh, okay. Here are the stats throughout the year. We got fairly a healthy team for the playoffs, which is nice, actually. A fully healthy team, as you can kind of see the scoring allocation. Kyle Korver, you have kind of sucked since you came here. So I'm all Rudy Fernandez for the playoffs, at least. 2K wants to start pretty much everybody that I want. I'm cool with this. It was funny, like, not funny, but Sean Livingston, injury-prone player throughout his career, or at least at the end, gets hurt like the first game of the season. So yeah, let's get this going. We have the Milwaukee Bucks in round 1. They have Brandon Jennings, Vince Carter, Luke, I thought it was Luke Richard Mbamute, but Luke Mbamute, Carlos Boozer, Mecca Okafor, Ersan Ilyasova, Bellinelli, Tony Allen. It's a respectable 8th seed. Like, could pull off an upset. So I'm not going to get too comfortable thinking that we're going to beat this Bucks team. We lose game 1. Brook, don't play with an injury. Okay, there we go. We're down 2-1. Tied 2-2. Of course, Darren Williams and Brook Lopez have had injuries throughout this series, and we're down 3-2. I had goals of winning it all, and you're telling me we're gonna lose in round 1, 2, and 18. I can't. Let me know in the comments who you want to see in the next historic rebuild. I'm done with 2K. I can't look at this anymore. We're the freaking 1 seed, and we lose in 6. I can't yell. I can't. I want to yell so badly, but I'll see you in the next one. I'm pissed right now.